Hey guys, I hope you're ready for hours of satisfying deep cleaning. I'm going to be doing a big car clean out, deep cleaning my car and sharing all of my favorite and car cleaning hacks with you. I'm going to be deep cleaning my bathroom, cleaning up my garage, and just getting it done this week. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get cleaning with me. Hey guys, welcome back to Jamie's Journey. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me today. And if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to Jamie's Journey. I'm obviously Jamie. I am in my late 30s, super late 30s. I have less than a year before I'll be 40. I have 3 daughters that are 10, and then I have twin 6-year-olds, and my husband, Mike, we've been together since we were 15. We started dating when we were 15, and we never broke up, never took a break, have been together essentially attached at the hip for the most part since we were 15. So that's just a super basic overview of me, but thank you guys so much for being here. I hope this video gives you whatever you're looking for, whatever you need. This is just kind of a week where I was tackling some random projects, cleaning up my car after a winter, a long winter, socks just everywhere. I don't know if any of you parents can relate to that. I just find socks everywhere these days, but I'm going to be cleaning up my car. It was pretty messy after the long winter, and then my shower needed a really good deep clean. I think with the temperatures warming up, the humidity, I've noticed the shower getting very gross and very dirty way quicker than it used to. So we're going to be doing a lot today. I hope you're ready. I told you, socks everywhere. I find socks everywhere these days. But anyways, how are things going for you guys? Like, let me know, truly. How are things going? We're done with school. So school was done for the girls last Thursday. And so we're kind of in summer mode. It's still a little cool out. Doesn't feel like summer quite yet. It's supposed to heat up, I think, this week. But we're in summer mode. Trying to get into like a new routine, trying to figure out, like what our new routine is. So with school being done, it's taken one big thing off of our plates, right? We can be a little bit more relaxed here. Me and Emery, we're just dancing. This was a evening. I just was not feeling it at all. And when I'm not feeling it, I put on some music and I was dancing, and then she wanted to join me. She heard me blasting some 2000s pop music, and I think it was a song by Usher. Yeah, it was like literally Yeah by Usher. She heard it and she's like, I love this song. And I don't know if she's ever heard it. She ran downstairs and wanted to dance with me. But yes, school is done. We're still in the thick of softball and t-ball. Soccer is also done for the twins, so that's one less thing we have on our plate. So still softball and t-ball, but that's what we're dealing with right now.
Looking for someone not afraid of me. Looking for someone who can play though. Looking for someone, give it up to
speaking of, like I said, we have softball. So Avery plays on 2 softball teams. One's a travel team, one's like a community type of team. And then the twins are playing t-ball. And I'm just going to sit here and say that Mike and I are so blessed. We are so lucky to have family close by. His parents live, like I said, we were high school sweethearts. So we grew up in the same town. Our parents both live in the same town that we grew up in. They know each other. And so we have the ultimate help. My parents help out. Mike's parents help out, because sometimes there are situations where one kid needs to be somewhere. Mike can't get off of work early, so it's just me and I have one kid, like maybe Avery, and then my parents or his parents can help out with the twins, or vice versa. Or even like an instance the other day, so Mike was caught up at work. Avery had a game. He was going to get off of work to make it to Avery's game, but he was going to go straight to the field. And I was at home with the twins feeding them dinner, and my parents came and picked up Avery to take her to her game, because, she has to be there like an hour before to warm up before her game. And it allowed me to not have to like throw the twins in the car and sit there for an hour before the game even started. So my parents took Avery to her game while I sat at home, fed the twins, and then that way we just went to the game like at the time, like right before it started. And I am just so grateful. I'm just throwing that out there, that if you do not have help from family in your busy lives, just know you're a rock star. And I think about how blessed and lucky we are to have the help that we have. It has made our lives so much easier. So if you don't have the help, just know you are doing amazing. So it feels so odd this summer, because with the girls being older, I've noticed a huge change in both of them. So the twins going from 5 to 6, and then Avery going from 9 to 10. They both twins turned 6 in end of March, and Avery turned 10 at the end of April. And I've really noticed that the girls are just growing up, and they're able to do so much more for themselves. And it's like, when the kids are little, it's like your whole day, every second is pretty much dictated by your kids, because you can't get stuff done without someone at your feet, or, they can't do anything for themselves when they're super little. And now, like, our kids are just older, and my week doesn't necessarily, it revolves around them. You guys know what I'm saying? Obviously it does. With all their activities, it definitely does, but I just mean, like, I can get stuff done, and I don't necessarily have to, like, be entertaining them 24/7. And I think that's kind of the goal for this summer is, I don't know, Mike and I are type, like, our philosophy is, like, our kids are super busy, obviously, with activities and sports. And so when there is downtime, we want them to have downtime. Like, I want them to have, like, a normal, quote unquote, summer, like a summer that we had growing up in the 90s. And like a summer where it is kind of lazy. It'd be different if my kids weren't so active, but they are active all year around. And so, like, I want, like, this lazy, like, laid back summer as much as we can, right? So, like, we let them chill and hang out, and I want them to play with the, friends in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So we're kind of, like, trying to find our new routine, what goals we want to set for this summer, and all of that. So here what I'm going to do next is clean the blinds in the window on our landing, which I don't do very often because it's like one of those spaces, like it's nice to have the window there, but it kind of gets overlooked, right? Because we don't open these blinds too often. And so it's like you just look at it more as a wall, and I just don't clean it as often as I should. So I'm using a damp dusting sponge. So I got these off of Amazon, and you just wet them. So they're hard, and then you wet them, and then they're like squishy and soft, and then you just run it on the blinds, and it got all of that dust off. I told you it's been a while since I've dusted, so then I dust, and then I can go in with a wet spray cleaner. But they're actually, so our houses, we have I don't know, like for our city and the fact that we live in a neighborhood, I feel like our backyard is a pretty decent size. Like we are very happy with the size of our backyard, but the houses are very close on the sides, like super close. And so this house outside this window, like there's a house, like a driveway right there. And I'm sure you guys will see the house on the other side of us when I'm cleaning the car. Like I'm going to clean my car out here next. And you'll see how close the driveway, like our driveway is to our other neighbor. But I know you can see some stones. They're like getting ready to lay down the concrete for their driveway, but you just saw some steps. Like there's workers out there working, and that's why I moved the camera all the way up the stairs, because I was like, if they look in and they see this girl with a camera filming herself cleaning and wiping down blinds in a window, they're gonna think I'm such a weirdo. I get so embarrassed about people seeing me film, but it just was like kind of making me laugh, because I was like, I didn't want these workers, like they care, and like they don't know who I am, they're never gonna be here again, so like why does it matter? I don't know. All right, now it's going to be time to clean out my car. And I kind of avoid cleaning out my car in the winter just because I don't want to be outside, number one, because it's cold. But also, with the snow and the ice and the salt and all of that, it just gets so gross. And honestly, my car wasn't too bad. I was like kind of surprised it wasn't too bad. When we go places as a family, we actually take Mike's truck. His truck is dirtier. I probably should clean that out for him. His truck actually gets dirtier because, number one, that's like our family car that we drive, because he always drives whenever we go places. Like I never ever drive, and he drives, and he preferred to drive his truck, obviously. And then since he coaches most of the girls' activities and sports, he's always taking them. So he has the girls a lot of times when they have like their dirty cleats and like muddy cleats and things like that. So yes, my car is dirty, or I guess messy, but it wasn't too bad. But I'm going to share with you all of the things that I use that I think really cleans up the car really, really nicely.
Wilderness, we never need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I, singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside, gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause
So I have these drill attachments, which I've used a ton here on my YouTube channel. But if you guys are new here, so they just attach to a normal drill. This is just the drill that Mike has in the garage. It comes in like I don't know if there's like 4 or 5 different drill attachments that go on the drill. And it just allows me to scrub these. These are all weather mats. I often get asked where we got them. It came with the car when we got it. It was just part of the car that we got. So it's really nice for those Ohio winters and just a lot easier to clean. So here I was just using some dish soap and then scrubbing them. And then you're going to see me use these same drill attachments. I do clean them and disinfect them in between uses or cleaning jobs. But I'm also going to use them in my shower to clean the dirty grout. So these are super cheap, like $10, and you get, like I said, 4 or 5 different attachments, different sizes. And I just think they're one of those cleaning products or cleaning tools that you can use in so many different areas of your home. So you know how your car gets dusty. There's a lot of dust, a lot of crumbs. This type of like slime, whatever you want to call it, is also a very cheap little car detailing cleaning tool. And it helps get all of those little crumbs and dust out of your car before then you go in with a spray cleaner. So just like I said before, or with the blinds, you know, you want to dust before you're using a spray cleaner. So I was doing this, and then you're going to see me go in with some Clorox wipes to clean the high touched areas that get touched a lot. And then I'm going to use my hand steamer on the windows. And let me tell you, I think one of the hardest things about cleaning a car is getting the windows streak free and not cloudy, especially the windshield. Like, I don't know if I've ever found a true glass cleaner that left my windshield completely streak free. So I decided to use my Bissell Steam Shot, or it's the Omni Reach hand steamer this time on the windshield. And you guys, it did it perfect. Gosh, I love that cleaning tool. So I did that. And then the one other thing you're going to see me use is it's Meguiar's interior spray. So it's like a cleaner, a finishing spray for your car interior, and this stuff is amazing. Like it just is amazing. Meguiar's interior spray. I'll have it linked in the description, but I love this spray cleaner.
Something's in the air. I can feel it everywhere. Every color seems to bloom, and there's light in every room. Now that you're looking up, I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. But now the sun is rising. We're new people, let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I wanna be up, 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 so high. 'Cause I've been down, down, down. I've been down, so down. And now I'm done. I'm aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me
And as always, I will have everything that I'm using linked below in the description if you guys are curious what I'm using. But I am curious. So I was just saying, like, our family car is more of like Mike's truck. He drives everywhere we go. I never ever drive. Like it almost feels weird when I drive and he's in the passenger side. So like, what's your dynamic with your spouse? Do you like to drive? Does your spouse primarily drive? I don't know. Like, I just never ever drive ever. I don't want to drive. He likes to drive. And like, obviously there's been a few times, and I can't even like think of like why or what the instance was where I was driving and he was in the passenger side, and it just feels odd. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels weird. And like, I don't know. It just feels weird. So let me know if you guys are in the same boat as we are. Does one person in your relationship primarily drive, or is it more of a mix?
Down, down, down. I've been down, so down, and I'm done. I'm aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm aiming for the sky. Now they're looking up. I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. Now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's onward. Don't let me down.
Oh, let's talk high point and low point to the week. So we'll end on a good positive note. So we'll start out with the low point. I am starting to feel old, and I think it's the end of the school year. So Avery is done with elementary school, so next year she'll go to an intermediate school. And I think because of that, I'm like, intermediate school, she's no longer in elementary. Like I said, she just turned 10. I can see the little preteen aspects of the characteristics of a preteen creeping in slowly. And the twins, like I said, they just feel older. They started making their own breakfast. Like, I'm talking like frozen pancakes, or like we have these like sausage biscuits that Emery loves. I actually really like them too. They're like just frozen sausage biscuits that Emery can make. She knows how to make them in the microwave. And obviously there's like cereal and other things like that, but like they are just getting older, and I'm seeing it. And while I love it, like I've said this before, I think I enjoy being a mom to like older kids. And like, I know 6-year-olds aren't technically older, but I think I like being a mom to like school age kids and older, you know? And that's wonderful, but I'm starting, like, I'm happy, but it's also starting to make me just feel old. I will also turn 40 next March. And I think this is the first time in my life that I'm like, I don't know if I want to turn another year older. And I understand that, like, I need to be grateful because as we grow older, you know, we get to experience more, and it is a privilege to be able to grow older. But that being said, I think this is probably the first time in my life that I'm just starting to feel like I'm not young anymore. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, Jamie, you're still young. And I know I am, but I'm like middle age, right? Like, what's the average life expectancy in the United States for women? It's probably 80 something. So I'm like I'm like middle age. And I think I'm just like, you're getting old, Jamie. And I'm just feeling old. So yeah, low point is just, I'm starting to feel old. I think most of our lives we go, feeling like we're young, and I'm just getting these small glimpses of like, life is moving quickly and you're not so young anymore. Obviously I'm being a little funny here, but anyways, so low point, that's that. High point, I was at the gym the other day. A lot of you guys know that I have been working very hard on strength training. I've completely changed my fitness routine within the past year. And so I do a lot of lifting at home. I go to the gym and use different exercises there. This Zepp grout cleaner is awesome. It's really great. But anyways, I got a compliment from a woman who was very fit, very muscular, and had an amazing physique. Her muscles were like amazing, like very aspirational, and she just stopped me out of nowhere and said, "Your abs are looking amazing." And it was just such a nice compliment, especially coming from a woman like her. And it just made me feel really good about myself, and it made me realize that like a simple compliment like that, and I think why that compliment meant so much to me is because I am putting in a lot of work for my muscles, I guess. When I say my body, it is my body, but my muscles. And so like when you're complimented on something that you've been working really hard at, I think that compliment means a lot more than if like someone would be like, "Jamie, you have really nice hair," which, I guess technically you could be doing something in order to get nice hair, but you know what I'm saying? Or if someone complimenting me on my eyes, I'm like, "Thank you. It's a nice compliment, but like I didn't do anything to get these eyes." So it just made me feel really good to get a compliment from somebody on something that I've been putting in a lot of hard work with. And so it just made me want to start complimenting more women, specifically at the gym when I'm out in public. I think I don't know, it just made me feel really good and uplifted me, and it made me want to turn around, and I've started doing it to others that I see. So I was not going to clean out the entire garage because I don't know. Again, I'm asking you another question. I asked about who drives, right? If it's primarily one person. The other thing is there are certain things, and maybe this is right, this is wrong, but there are just certain things when it comes to like gender roles and chores around the house. Like there are some things that I'm not saying that I think every man should do or every woman should do, but I'm talking about in our relationship. And with Mike and I, there are certain things that I'm like, "You're going to take care of that." Like I'm not, like for the most part, like I'll clean out the garage or I'll help, but for the most part I'm like, "You can handle cleaning out the garage," or even like mowing the grass. I know that's honestly not typically like a specific gender role chore. I know my mother-in-law cuts the grass primarily at their house, right? And my father-in-law can do it, but she likes cutting the grass. Like I know it doesn't have to be like a man thing, but I have never cut the grass as an adult. I did it growing up. My dad would have me do it. But since Mike and I have owned a house since 2011, he's always cut the grass, and it's just something he takes care of. And then there's certain things that I take care of. But anyways, with the garage, I usually let him handle that. So I was only tackling this area because when I come in the garage, other than like getting out bikes and like stuff for the girls, I'm primarily just in this like little drink area, like getting a Powerade or a water or grabbing shoes or getting in that tall thing is a tall chest, or it's a freezer. It's a deep freezer. So like I'm only in that little area. So I was going to clean that up because it was like super messy and it was driving me crazy. But the rest of the garage, I'm like, Mike, you can handle that. So, yeah, I was just cleaning up that little area right when you walk out into the garage. So I use a weighted blanket to sleep at night. That's what you saw me take the cover off of. I know I've been asked before if I think it is heavy or if it's hot. I don't think so. I don't think I get any more hot than when I don't use it. I don't. But I got a cover because I don't think you can wash them. It's kind of made of there's these heavy beads in it. So I don't think you can wash them. I'm sure they make some weighted blankets that you can wash. I've had this one for years, honestly, so I haven't even looked at different weighted blankets. I probably got it off of Amazon, but I got a cover so I can clean the cover. It's kind of annoying because it's kind of like a duvet cover where you have to kind of tie little ties. I don't know. I just fuss-free bedding. That's why I don't have a duvet cover, because I want to be able to take my comforter and just throw it in the wash. And then when it's done, I just want to be able to make my bed. So duvet, or the cover for the weighted blanket, is kind of annoying, but you know what? I have Mike do that. Sometimes when I have tasks that I hate doing, I'm like, can you do this for me? And he almost always does it. So I took off the cover, washed it, and then he tied it back up and put it back together. But I love my weighted blanket. It just makes me feel, even in the summertime, I just that weight on me at night just makes me feel so comfortable. If I don't sleep at home, I sleep okay. It's not I need it, but I do miss it. If we're ever at a hotel and I'm laying down, I do miss the weight on me as I go to sleep. But I don't know. I'm not completely dependent on it. But if you ever have sleep issues, try a weighted blanket. something to add about that weighted blanket. Speaking of being old and feeling old, sometimes, so I'm a person, when I sleep at night, I have the covers over my head. Like I'm like cocooned in my blankets, covers completely over my head, or at least like up until my nose. Like I'm like to be covered as much as I can. Well, sometimes, like when I lay down at night, I like to take the weighted blanket and I put it, like I fold it down a little bit so I can pull the other blanket, the bottom blanket, if this makes sense to you guys, over my head, but not, I don't want the weighted blanket on my head. But then sometimes at night, as I'm moving around, the weighted blanket will creep up and then I'll pull the blankets and then I have the weighted blanket over my head. And then I wake up in the morning and my neck hurts, because I had the weight on my head all night long, and like my neck hurts, my like upper back kind of feels tight and sore, and that's where I feel old as well, because I'm like, it's a weighted blanket, it's not super heavy, but if it doesn't get to the right spot, like my body has a hard time handling it. The girls are not home yet. I'm a little tired today. It's just one of those days where you're just not feeling it at all. I have been dragging all week long for no reason. I don't know what it was. Like I think sometimes, so last week was our last week of school. And I think sometimes, and this happens to me a lot, sometimes when like I know I have a very busy week, like I go into like focus mode. Like I'm determined, I focus, and I think sometimes your mindset, and I've said this before, your mindset is so important. And I can find myself like when I have a really busy week or a lot of stuff I want to get done or need to get done, or when I need to be productive, or if we have like a busy weekend with games and whatever, like sometimes I get so focused and I know what I have to do. I understand the assignment and I just get it done. I plow through, and then like the day after I almost like crash. Like it's almost like a hangover from being so focused on all of the stuff that you had to do. So whether it was like I said, like a crazy busy weekend, or like last week, or like the end of the school year is always so crazy. You guys know that. Like there's always so much stuff to do. And it's just like, I think we were in this mode of like being focused and making sure we got everything done and not forgetting anything. And it was just like, we were just on top of the game. And then now it's like, we're like coming down from it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if any of this makes sense. But I just noticed myself, even if I have like 3 days where I have to be really productive and really focused, then like that fourth day, like I just like will crash. And even when like I've gotten plenty of sleep and I'm feeling good, I can feel myself having a hard time staying motivated and staying on top of things. And I just feel like when I get in those modes, like I know what I need to do to get everything done. And so I'm focusing so hard so that when I can like stop focusing and kind of let loose a little bit or relax, it's like my whole body is just like, whew. Then I like come way further down. I don't know if any of this makes sense. So like, I don't know if it's that, it could be the time of the month for me. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not feeling it this week. A little tired as I yawn, but we still got it done and I feel good. Despite how tired I am, when the house is clean, when I'm being productive, it does make me feel better, even if I'm tired. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, shut this down, because the girl should be home any minute. But thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me this week. I hope you found this video motivating. And I'm thinking we're gonna be working on the front porch next week. We'll see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.